Excise
Yeah.
followed with mines.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. Sir, since our policy was released after the last collectors conference, so I would skip this slide. We'll go to the next slide. When this policy of excise, new excise policy was being discussed in the Council of Ministers, the primary objective which was defined by the Council of Ministers for the department was that the liquor which is being uh, produced, transported, and sold in Andhra Pradesh should be of very, very high quality. There should be no scope of any tampering of the quality of liquor by individual or by the organization who produce the liquor. That is why we, after the policy was introduced, we had made several changes. I'll come to that in the next slides. But coming to the objective of the policy, quality control. Second thing is that affordability of this quality liquor. Third thing is regarding regulatory aspect of or regulation with respect to crime control in excise. Fourth was those people who are addicted to drugs or addicted to liquor, how do we create or facilitate them to come out of that addiction? And one of the most important aspect is with respect to how do we control the ID liquor. These are the main focus areas, and revenue aspect of liquor is incidental. When we do all those things, definitely revenue efficiency will increase. And I'm very happy to inform you that as on the, so I'll continue with my presentation on excise policy. As I said that the intention of the Council of Ministers while discussing this excise policy was threefold. First, we need to ensure quality aspect of the excise administration. Second thing is the crime aspect, the regulatory aspect of the excise administration has to be very firm. Third thing is that our attempt to bring people out of addiction, that also should be reflective in the policy. So various, after the implementation of the policy, various attempts have been made. I'll come to these things one by one. But because today we are primarily focusing on the regulatory aspect, collectors and SPs are present. So I'll go one by one what are the major issues which the collectors and SP have to deal in the coming days in the districts. Next slide. Now, as you can see in this map, it's very, very clear illustrative map, the issue of illicit distillation of liquor. Now, there are 8 districts which are the hottest district in terms of prevalence. Manyam, East Godavari, Kakinada, Nandyala, Srikakulam, Kurnool, ASR, Eluru. Apart from these things, unfortunately, in last few years, the ID has spread almost in all the districts to some extent. Now, this is a big challenge for us. Now, not only for the aspect of ensuring revenue efficiency, but for the aspect of, as I said, the primary objective is to ensure quality. That quality can come only if it is a duty paid liquor. If there is ID liquor, then we have, as you know, last 5-year figures of health in kidney and liver disease has compounded substantially. So this issue needs to be taken as the first priority in excise administration, and both the collectors and SP have to provide their leadership in controlling these things. Now, I would also like to mention here is that our commissioner and director enforcement, they have already prepared a new campaign which we are going to launch from the first week of January. Our whole intention is that within 2025 should be the year within which we should be able to declare our state as ID liquor free state. So Natu Sara free state we have to declare, and you too, both district heads have to provide leadership in this aspect. Now, the details, the modalities of this program will be given to you in writing, but tentatively, we would like to launch this in the first week of January 2025. And within 2025, we need to declare our state as ID liquor free state. Next. Another major aspect is NDPL. Then this, as you know, uh, we have a long border. Many of the districts have this border with different states. Now, previously, because of the difference in rates of the liquor available as compared to other states, we on the higher side, there was a lot of smuggling inside the state, especially from Telangana and Karnataka. But over a period of time after the implementation of new policy, most of these rates have balanced. But then again, still Karnataka side, they get this tetra pack, which are lesser in rate than our side. So these 4 or 5 districts which are there toward Karnataka border, they are the major focus area. They should be the major focus areas in our policy towards controlling NDPL. Kurnool, Anantapur, Satyasai, Annamaya, Chittoor. So collectors and SPs of these 5 districts, please be aware of, first of all, you must be aware of the situation, but have a plan. Call your all excise fellows, have a plan, and you have to very, very firmly control the situation, because this is affecting a lot regarding the excise revenue efficiency in these 5 districts. Plus the Kakinada also, we have Yanam along with Kakinada. That is also a serious area from where the NDPL comes in. NTR also, it is reduced now, but then again, there is always a chance that such type of liquor NDPL would come from that area. Recently, few days back, in one of the district, some almost 500 cases of Goa liquor has been seized. So, department is vigilant, SPs and collectors are vigilant, but then again, this requires a complete focus, a continuous focus for at least 4 or 5 months, so that to a large extent we are able to control the situation. Next. Now, this quality control thing, your role, basically one thing I would like to convey, that we are now BIS standard compliant. Under the BIS standards, all the parameters which are required as per the BIS standardization, all are being followed now. This is the first time, I think this is the first time in the country that any state is doing this thing. But at the same time, where we only have 5 laboratories, we are going to increase the number of labs. My request to collectors, last time also in the collectors conference, it was requested, apparently these 5 districts collectors should at least once in 2 months should go to these labs and personally see whether things are proper or not. Visakhapatnam, Kakinada, Guntur, Kurnool and Chittoor, collector and SPs both. Take time out and just see where we are saying that we are following these tests, but then again at the field level, whether actually these labs are working properly or not, that I think field officer only can just certify that thing. So my request to collectors is that please be aware of this fact that these 5 districts have labs, and collectors and the SP should at least once in 2 months go check how things are working there. Next. Another important aspect is regarding de-addiction rehabilitation. Now, primarily, Excise Department does not have any fund for such activities. So, presently it is being done under the Government of India project of National Action Plan for Drug Demand Reduction, and some money comes from the Welfare Department. This is for the first time the department in the policy, the subcommittee and then the Ministers Committee and then the Cabinet has approved that 2% cess, which will be utilized not only for drug administration, drug control, but it will also, a portion of it will also be utilized for running of the de-addiction centers and rehabilitation of the addict. So we presently have 25 institutions, which include general hospitals, government general hospitals, then area hospitals, and the district hospitals where such de-addiction centers are there, but whether these are properly being done, whether they have doctors or not, whether they have sufficient facility or not, that please very regularly check all those things. The cess amount also will once we have started getting it in the new policy, and we'll make a policy for distribution of these funds to these de-addiction centers very soon. Next. Now, as I said, uh, excise department is not a department which should flow parallelly with you. It is a part of the district administration. Uh, Collector and the SP should have full monitoring over both these departments, because a lot of things depend on efficient running of this department. So please review whenever you have a periodic review of the activities of the excise department. Have a special focus on control of MRP and other belt shops, NDPL, other things which I had explained you previously. Wherever regional labs are there, chemical labs are there, the collector should go and inspect it at least 2 months to once in a 2 months. Rehabilitation center, as I said, there are 25 centers in these 26 districts. Please have a visit, find out the position, and send the requisition as required for these centers to improve their delivery. And also, you can also, this will also give an idea. We have distilleries, we have breweries in your districts, different districts. You are also aware of that thing. Find time and go and inspect, so that, as I said, quality aspect of this department, delivery of this department has to be, is the most essential part of the policy. So this is from my side. Thank you. Yeah.
Then
Yes,
we'll talk about both departments.
Mines 50. Good, next page.
Mines.
Next.